Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back to Truth Seekers. Tonight, it's going to be more of a laid-back night because for some time I've been watching a few up-and-coming shows, and tonight's guest is one of them, Josh and Artemis from the Josh and Artemis Show. I'm not sure why he gets first billing, though, but it is what it is. So, they have been having some really great guests lately, people that I like and admire and respect, like Mick West and Michael Schratt. And you guys know how I feel about the UFO circle jerk shows that are just very, very super polite to all these UFO celebrities, don't ask the hard questions. Not a fan of those kind of shows, and this is a different kind of a show. In fact, recently they were involved in this whole controversy because if you ask me, one of their potential guests in the form of Lou Elizondo, I believe he suddenly figured out that they were going to ask him some hard questions. And suddenly there was all this controversy and they were bullies, and it's a whole big drama-rama thing. And maybe we'll get into some of that tonight, but I would more like to talk to them about how they got started down this crazy rabbit hole and the plans for their show going forward and things like that. Let's bring them in here. It's Artemis and Josh. Did you change that? That's funny. It's the Josh and Artemis show, but she has Artemis and Josh.
I do because it's the way we're sitting.
Oh, so okay. I've never interviewed two people at once, so I don't know how this is going to work, but I think it'll be fine, right?
Should be fine.
It's like a 2-for-1 combo.
Pretty much the same person, so it's all good.
I've been watching. You got some good guests. I don't know why Mick West won't come on my show. I asked him 5 times.
He might do. I know that he's been busy with a lot of stuff, and he's. I think he has some free time coming up, so you might have to ask him again. He might come on.
Yeah, he's been on my list for a while. I think he's. Yeah. I want to ask your opinion, because I have a real problem with people being so nasty to Mick West. Because, to me, I go, don't we need some of these people that will debunk all the garbage information out there? Why are you getting so pissed off at him? 100%. Just because he's telling you this isn't real, this is what this is. This isn't an alien, or this is a reflection, or what, his various debunks are usually pretty good. Why the hatred towards him, right?
It's crazy. I mean, we brought it up on the show with Mick that, we can't get our heads around it either, because to me it's like we should be having more kind of people like Mick West in the topic to debunk all this crap, so we can just focus on the stuff what might be legit. So for me, we need more people like Mick West involved. That's how I see it. But
that's how we keep the conversation going.
I completely agree with you, and I have this methodology that I've used for years now, which is when there's a new speaker, author, lecturer, character, let's just say character in UFO land, I go and start digesting their material. But at some point, if I'm fairly convinced that they're selling garbage, I sort of take them off the field and I move on to the next thing that I can start reading about or researching. And I think Mick West does a tremendous job of getting rid of a lot of garbage, especially these pyramid UFOs and this nonsense from Jeremy Corbell. I don't understand people that get so pissed at him, because I want to know if it's fake so I can not waste time on it and move on, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I think the issue is with UFOs, it's not so much focused on truth, it's focused on belief. And when your belief system's challenged in like a certain way, people are going to get really defensive about it. So that's the pattern I kind of see on UFO Twitter, is it's not focused on truth at all. It's just focused on beliefs and having your beliefs confirmed. And Lou Elizondo's come into the topic the last few years.
You guys sure stepped in it with him, boy. That was some drama, man.
Yeah. Lou Elizondo, I mean, I'm not sure if he'll come on the show, that's for sure. But
not holding my breath.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for that one.
I have a feeling that he's not going to be going on some of the other shows that he used to go on, because they're starting to wake up and ask hard questions. And let me ask you a question, because I have this problem with Lou Elizondo, and that is something that I don't understand, which is I've asked him for an interview respectfully 10 times, and I have, I don't know, we're at almost 5,000 subscribers. There's channels like Dark Journalist, 100,000 subscribers. There's channels like Third Phase of Moon. Despite what you think about them, they have 700,000 or 800,000 subscribers. He won't go
No,
on.
we like them. We're
Yeah.
friends with Blake and Brent. Like, they actually just called us yesterday.
Called us last night.
Yeah. Oh yeah, weren't you guys working for them or something? Somebody said.
Yeah,
Or
we're
was
on
that-
Greer's
and Greer as well.
payroll.
Yes.
It's Greer specifically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
But isn't it strange that, that this
I'm like,
former
I wish.
former Pentagon guy, if he really wants to spread a message, I don't understand him. He did initially agree to go on your show, which you guys have just under 1,000 subscribers. We're going to see if we can't do something to fix that tonight for you too. But I didn't know you guys at all, and when I heard he was going on your show, I got pissed. I'm like, they don't even have 1,000. Why is this guy doing
no,
this?
it doesn't make sense. We did say the same thing.
It
for
didn't make sense to us
a while
like,
as well.
Like we just sent him an email. This was like a few weeks ago, and then it was like a few weeks later we got a reply. We were really surprised about it too, because you just said it there about all these other big shows like Third Face and Moon have nearly got 1 million subs. I mean, if I was Lou Elizondo, like like even if I didn't agree with those views, I would still want to go on those channels to promote my voice and like the message I'm trying
and
to
your
get across
book.
to a big audience. So to me, it doesn't make sense why he's not going on the bigger channels to do it. But
yeah.
Well, I get the sense that anybody that he doesn't feel will give him that UFO circle jerk, softball interview, which I think he thought you guys were going to, but then didn't you guys had some knowledge that he was running these sort of secret groups and sharing videos to the few, the close supporters of his, and you were going to ask him about that, right? And suddenly he cancels.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few things we were going to ask him. So what happened was we've got a mutual friend who's quite close to Lou Elizondo, and apparently when Lou found out who we associated with, so it was people like Goof on an Area 503 Lou was referring to. Apparently he like freaked out and he got really scared. We were working for Greer, and we're trying to just bombard him with questions, I'm guessing, and try to catch him out. But that's not what we're about. Like we explained to our friends that basically we don't have any prejudices against anybody. We'll go on anybody's show, we'll have anybody on our show, and we won't close any doors. But the impression we got from that incident was, Lou will only go on shows what are very Lou friendly. Yeah. And I think that's
weak to me. That means that really makes me think that he's an intellectual weakling and a coward, because if his information is so, I just think if the so-called information that he has to share is so not good, he can't withstand any debate. It bothers me. The more that I watch this
small channel, you can also just say, I can't respond because of my NDA. I mean, to actually just refuse to go on the show, and any other show that might question him, it's like, first of all, you have a safe net anyway, like behind that NDA, and also it just continues to question his true intentions. And if I was him, I'd be going on every single show I could go on, all the big shows that I could go on. If they want me on, yes, as much as I can spread these messages. So it's weird that he would refuse, even if he doesn't agree with all of what this show is, that show is about, knowing that they have a bigger following and that much of an influence, and just, an audience. He should still take advantage of that. So definitely, it just doesn't make any sense to me to align with what his missions apparently are.
Yeah. And also I did notice something about you guys that I try to do as well. Listen here, I have interviewed some people that I thought were totally full of shit, but people were interested in the story. So I said, I'll talk to them. And I've always been, I lost my temper one time and raised my voice with one guest. But I think in 7 years, that's a pretty good track record. You guys are, what did he think was going to happen? That you were going to just yell and scream at him and berate him? And he's afraid of, a woman and a limey, which I don't know, right? I don't understand what was he afraid of?
I don't know. I mean, it's just like, I think Lou can only say certain, he can only say certain things or claim that he can, and he's only going to go on these shows what are going to let Lou talk effectively. Like when he goes on these shows, if like you'll notice, it's something what we've seen for months really. He'll spend like 10 minutes to answer a question, and that's what you
not say anything
and not say anything, and this is what happens, and then like the interview's over and nothing even gets said, and there's no and there's been a few times where he said something and then like the interviewer doesn't ask like a follow-up as well, and it's like, come on guys, like you've got one chance potentially to have this guy on your show. You need to pepper him with questions. You need to pepper him with questions and get as much as you can from this guy, So it's so it is frustrating to watch like the interviews of Lou at times, because it's just softball questions a lot of the time, which is a shame.
Most of the time, yeah. And I think that if he really is genuine in his pursuit of the disclosure or the truth or whatever, then he wouldn't be so, I don't know, just weak. It just seems so weak to me. Like, well, I can't. And you're right. Artemis is right. He has the get out of answering any question free card. Well, sorry, my NDA. And if you'll notice, lots of times he'll drop some really big piece of information, like the government has biological samples. Great. Where are they at? Can you tell us more about that? Oh, my NDA.
Yeah.
It's like this cat and mouse game with him. And then the other thing I noticed is that, like, he talks in circles and doesn't say anything. Like this recent interview, he was talking about, well, there's a relationship between cats and dogs. And I'm like, what is he saying? Right? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And at this point, I mean, I feel like he's just saying about anything. And people are still nodding and smiling and being like, wow, he's finally talking about this. Oh, wow, he's finally talking about this and that. And it's like, guys, do you not realize it's because he's running out of things to say and his book hasn't come out yet? So he still needs to stay relevant. So now he's going on into like this area of the topic and that area of the topic, when in the past he's never touched on it before. But all of a sudden, like he's going there. It's like trying to reach a new audience. I don't know. It's just hard to know what is the truth, because he could be saying something truthful and you would never know it because of all the deceit.
Well, I think that's his job. I mean, as like a counterintelligence or disinformation guy, that's his job, is to like put out most of it's bullshit, but sprinkle it with a bit of truth. That's what these guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. And from the start of this thing, from the start of TTSA, I thought this is the CIA. This is some kind of op. That this doesn't make any sense. Why would a bunch of former CIA people, there was 100 years of CIA experience on the TTSA board.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're going to bring us disclosure. And if you look at the history of this thing, most people that are UFO researchers for 70 years have said that the government is covering this up and hiding the truth from the American public. Suddenly they're all going to come out of the CIA and tell us the truth. This does not make any sense. And I think that he still works for the CIA. That's my personal belief, and I'm entitled to it.
That would not surprise me. I mean, even on the show with UCR, when Rava called him out about the accounts, he said that he's doing this to collect intel. So that would suggest that he's still active within the government doing that job. But what part of the government? It could be the CIA, you're right. It could be that. But, he's said it himself that that's his job, is to collect intel. But why is he collecting intel, and who's the intel for? That's the thing. What
did you think about him and Anjali in the CIA? What did you say?
No, I just said that they both work. They've both worked in like the
intelligence
game. Yeah. So there could be a connection there. I'm not sure, but
who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I mentioned that you guys are very, very close to the magic numbers. For those that don't know, in order to make any money on YouTube, you have to hit 1,000 subscribers and a certain amount of watch time. I'm pretty sure your watch time is pretty good, but you guys need like 60 people to go over and subscribe. We've got more than 100 people here. So I've just put your link to your channel in the live chat. I want everybody, stop what you're doing. You can come right back to the interview here. Go over to their channel. It's in the live chat right now. Just click on that and give them a subscription. And here's why. There are too many UFO circle jerkers out there that will just sit there and smile and let these people talk. They do no research. They do no hard questions. And I want to see more people like these two, so that these people have to answer hard questions. And I want to see them succeed. They're very, very close to the magic numbers. Go over there and subscribe. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. And you'll have to excuse me for not subscribing already, but I have too many subscriptions. I am subscribed to too many. And then I had my notifications on my phone, and you know, especially
and it gets annoying, honestly.
5 times a week from every sub, like beep, 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 beep. And so,
every day.
But I turn my notifications off now. I know who I want to go and check out. So I've just subscribed. So we've got you a little bit closer. I want everybody in the live chat really go over there and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You'll know when they're doing a new live show. People that are willing to ask hard questions should be celebrated, not vilified. And I've gotten a lot of that myself. So anytime I see somebody else willing to ask hard questions, I'm more than happy to help. And also a very few people helped me when I was close to the magic numbers get over the hump. So I'd like to pay it forward with you guys. I've done it for a few other people. Go over there, subscribe right now. We could do it tonight. They could hit these magic numbers. There's more than enough of you in the live chat to make this happen for them tonight. Go do it.
Thanks so much, Stephen.
Yeah, it really means a lot.
Appreciate that
really
so
nice.
much. Thank you.
Yeah.
And to everybody who's gone and subscribed.
And to new subs, of
yeah.
Just don't pull a Fessler and start talking shit on me as soon as you get monetized. Like you did to Rich.
And you know what?
He did that to Rich from GoFund. Thanks for the subs. He's an asshole.
Yeah. I would say that was actually my first. I didn't really know who he was in the summer, and I was on like Amy's chat, and I was like, I had kind of heard the name, or she said hi or something in the chat, and all I could see was him promoting his own channel. And as a moderator, you know, like your link works and whatever. And I was like thinking, why is this guy coming on here and promoting his own channel and not Amy's? Yeah. And it was so weird. And I was like new to the whole moderator thing, and I'm like, isn't that a moderator's job, is to promote like that person's channel? Yeah, of course. Like the guest. It's about supporting like everybody, but I mean to literally only come and promote your channel. I was thinking like that's kind of strange. And I noticed that just as somebody in the chat. Like I was like, you know, nobody, I was just like observing that, and I'm thinking like this guy is just like using her. And it was obvious to an outsider like me. So it's like, I don't know. I don't like that. I'm all about supporting everybody, but don't use people. There's so much of the pie to go around. Yeah. You know, it's about supporting each other, and you know, everybody can enjoy the fruit of UFOs. And
and I don't know. I've always been somebody that like somebody else's success never takes away from my own. I learned that a long time ago. Some people are just jealous pricks. Like, well, I'm not monetized. F that guy. Yeah. You know, and it's so funny. I had another show that like went after me crazy because I turned on the ads and got monetized. Like I'm suddenly selling out and all this nonsense. Like for me, I want to see everybody be successful. It's a big world. It's a big topic. There's so much interest in it. I am kind of surprised though that there's like literally like hundreds of new UFO podcasts in the last 2 years. Yeah. But I still think there's room for everybody, and everybody should be supportive of each other, as long as you know that show and the show hosts aren't dickheads. Because there's some shows that are just dickheads, right? Like I'm not going to support a show run by a dickhead.
Lots of shows like that. Yeah, I mean, we don't interact with all the shows, but we try to remain on the fence with a lot of his stuff. But it is getting harder and harder for me, especially just the more I find out about this topic and just the current state of where things are with like Lou, TTSA, Christopher Mellon, and like the government side of things. It's getting harder and harder for me to remain on the fence, to be honest. I'm leaning towards a certain way now.
It's already being pushed off.
Yeah. So, but it's difficult. I mean, we try to remain, you know, respectful and appreciate that everyone's got an opinion and things. So we haven't really had any beef with anyone yet, I don't think, apart from Lou, of course. But
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know. I think the
mean,
Fister
no, and he
goons,
wanted to
the
keep that
Fister
respectful
goons
as
went
well.
after you guys too, right? Like attacking Artemis and other people for having breasts, and that was kind of stupid and ridiculous. You know, I don't get it.
yeah. Yeah, I don't
I mean, you
understand
have strippers in your intro. Come on now.
They're not strippers. They are Christian dancers. That's what
I'm
they
sorry.
are. They're out of former strippers that are out of work, and we're giving them employment. And I think that's a good thing. Do you know
is that
somebody?
for real? I actually don't know the back.
No,
story.
no, it's not.
Okay.
It's a joke. But like
Oh my
somebody on
God.
Twitter, I got suspended on Twitter yesterday because some feminazi yelled at me for hiring strippers to work on my show and read the UFO news. And I
saw that.
made
I saw that on Rich.
yeah, I made a big
show.
joke about it. Wait, we'll do one of them real quick here. This is Trixie, our former stripper who is now reading the UFO news here. 1 second, we'll be right back.
This is an exclusive just coming in from our UFO exclusives desk here at Truthseekers. Suspicious lights have been spotted above the White House, and I need you all to get out your telescopes and point them in the direction of the White House, because I think you are going to see something absolutely incredible and totally real. That sounds like such a plausible story that us on Truthseekers have just got to cover it. Back to you, Stephen.
Listen, I said when we started playing these bumpers that I hired an out-of-work stripper, and some feminazi on Twitter really thought that was true and went after me on Twitter. I said it's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. I got suspended on Twitter for 24 hours. This is so stupid. It was a goof. It's a goof. And by the way, it's your fault, Artemis, you and Kelly, because suddenly you know everybody's attacking Artemis and another girl, Kelly, because they are let's just say well equipped. And some people don't like that. And I thought the whole thing was ridiculous and funny. Yeah, so we did these bumpers as a joke, you know. And
I think it's funny if I can accept that it's funny. And I was the one who was getting made fun of for it. I mean, I can appreciate humor. I think it's just humor, and then it's just going too far, you know. But
yeah, we might go too far.
What you were doing, I think it's funny, but I mean, I can see where it goes too far. But you're not, you know, creating a video, literally just calling us names and calling us out. That's not humor. What you're doing, it's humor.
It's just jokes, exactly, and this is what people don't get about.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think the last few days, especially on UCR, I mean, they've called out Lou, but they've also kind of dragged you and Goof on into the mix a little bit too, which I didn't really appreciate, to be honest, because like we watch your show, we watch Rich's show, and like you have to kind of watch different shows to get the impression of that person. And you know, when like we watch your show and Rich's show, we can see that you're not dicks, you know. But that's like the portrayal that, you know, that some people like to give you guys for some reason. And you know, and we can appreciate humor. Like, you know, I'm like a Brit, and you know, like my sense of humor is pretty dark at times, if I'm honest. Like, so I can appreciate a good joke when I see one. You know, and like it's all a bit of fun, and I think people take this topic a bit too seriously at times, you know.
Yeah, I think that I have a tendency that sometimes, like, I start doing these characters to just make fun of some of this stuff, because I'm like, how did I believe some of these people? And then you start looking into them and finding out the truth behind their sources are fake, and this is fake, and that's fake. So I kind of make fun of that, and I think there's plenty of things to make fun of in this thing. It's a crazy, weird world here, you know?
And also, I mean, you know, like these people are all like public figures, you know, in some way. So it's in a way that they're kind of fair game for me. You know, we should be able to make memes of people. I mean, if someone made a meme of me, I just think it was funny, to be honest. So guys in the chat or whoever's watching the show,
you don't need to tell me that. I'm gonna start. I'll start a whole thing on you.
Do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just checked in. You guys need 39 more, and I'm kind of I'm disappointed in you people in the live chat. There is 100 of you here watching.
Get something, guys.
39 of you guys gotta go over there. I'm gonna put it in the live chat once again.
Yeah,
And
we
You want a meme, Akashi? Yes, Akashi. We love memes.
Yeah. In terms of shows we've got coming up, I mean, to give you some, we've got Third Phase of Moon coming up next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and then we've
Yeah,
got Stephen Greenstreet coming on. We haven't confirmed the date
wow,
yet.
I asked him a bunch of times too.
He's coming
You
on.
know what? We've asked him before, and he said no. I asked him this time in a really clever sort of way. And no, it wasn't inappropriate. It was just a funny joke kind of message. So I knew he'd appreciate humor, and it worked.
Straight away, he said
Straight away, he said yes. So try humor or something, because I almost wanted a meme for him to like ask him to come on the show, like an X-Files meme, because he loves X-Files. So
yeah,
I was thinking of clever ways to stand out. So that was it.
I just put their YouTube channel in the live chat. So go and sub to their channel right now. We need 36 or 37 more of you people to get them to the magic numbers, so that to me it's like it's very not fair that first bunch of shows that you produce because you're doing it for free, until the magic numbers get hit and you can make a little bit of money. And I don't think it's fair. You guys are doing good work. No worse than mine for sure. and I'm getting paid and you're not. So really go on over and subscribe to their channel right now. We can get them to the numbers. There's more than enough of you. And listen, if you're here in the Truth Seekers live chat, I promise you're going to like what they do over there. If you like my show, you're going to like their show. Subscribe to their channel here. I'll put it in again. Really, come on, 35 more of you, get over there and do it. Let's have a party when they hit it. They should be able to hit it tonight. There's no reason why they can't.
As soon as we hit 1,000, Stephen, you're definitely invited to the party.
Yes, we'll do a little stream party.
We'll do a stream party for that one. Yeah, 100%. We'll do one.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a 2-year anniversary party soon. I actually hit my channel's 2-year anniversary, but I didn't. I started the channel, and then 3 or 4 months later, I started the actual show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it on the date that we did the first show as a 2-year anniversary, which is in June. And then, the first 1,000 is the hardest. Trust me, it gets easier after that.
Yeah.
I hear anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been hard to get to that number, but we're nearly there, like you said. So yeah, the final stretch.
Yeah,
I'm looking. Let me look at it.
The 2 years been for you? Did they fly by?
They did fly by. And here's what I will say. I used to do just an audio podcast once a week, and I would spend all week editing it, adding bumpers and music and all this stuff, because it's such a crowded space that you had to have great audio and this and that. And I would never do that again. This live streaming is so much better. Unless something really terrible happens, I just roll with the punches. There was a tech problem at 90 minutes in. For 3 minutes the audio was muffled or whatever. I just don't care. Not that I don't care, but you know what I mean. Like this format, I can do 5 shows a week, and it doesn't even feel like as much work as doing the 1 show a week. So I'm amazed at how much content I've created compared to my old methodology of doing things, because I would have been 10 more years to produce this much in an audio podcast.
Yeah,
I love it.
Work to do that. I think live also, it's just, I think people appreciate that because it's more natural, and they almost feel part of the conversation when you're watching live and you're interacting with other people and everything. So I think there's a lot of really interesting benefits.
Yeah, I love because you never know what's going to happen, and that's good and bad though sometimes. Like, last week I had a guest that forgot or something and double booked, so I was talking for 45 minutes waiting for him, texting him and all this stuff, and then he never showed up. These things happen though, the next time I'll handle it better, I guess. I don't know. And now I've just checked in, and now we need 29 more of you.
Getting close, guys. Thanks so much.
Really cool.
I'm surprised.
27 more.
Woo!
I'm surprised.
973. Yeah, 27 more. 27 more of you got to go over there. I'll put it in the live chat once again. Come on, guys, do me a favor and just go over there and subscribe. And there's so many of you here. we could get 27 of you to go over there and do this right now, and then I can stop worrying about them getting paid.
Exactly.
You know what? If we hit 1,000, we'll do that show in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. But I still want to see Artemis dressed as Rich and host a Goof On episode, and as Richard Dolan. So honestly, when Goof On was saying around his birthday episode he was gonna do one where like somebody else hosted pretending to be him and all this, like I was like dying to do it.
Yeah, I was going to do that as well, but we didn't work it out.
So I would love to do it, honestly. It would be
just
really funny. I would dress it like to the T, like just like Rich that episode. Get a golf shirt.
You know what I've learned by doing impressions and like these characters, that people are easier to. It's pretty easy to do. You just got to zone in on like things that they do. Like I did Linda.
I did improv for years, so I'm like, I want to be all over that. We should do it. It would be good.
You would do a good job, I think, for sure.
I would try. Try to do everybody proud.
Yeah.
It would be fun.
Honestly. I'm still trying to put sub to their channel. I just screwed up and put the link to join the show in the live chat, but I deleted it. Because you never know. One time I did that and naked people showed up.
Wow.
Oh, well, it's not on our channel, but not unless.
So I just put it in the live chat again, and I'm going to stop focusing on this for a little while because I'm sitting here hitting refresh, going, I got to do something to get them over.
Close.
25 more. We need 25 more of you to go over there. And by the way, if you're not listening to this live, if you're listening to the replay, if you tuned in late, still go over there. It's the Josh and Artemis Show. Just put into the search bar the Josh and Artemis Show. You'll find their channel. Go over there and sub and hit the notification bell. They're going to get there tonight between the replays and this with 24 more people. There we go. All right, I'm gonna stop looking at it now. I'm getting nervous for you. Like, it's almost there. Just come on. Yeah, 25, 25. 23 more. There we go. See that?
Getting closer.
Thank you, everybody who's actually going and subbing too. It means a lot.
Listen, I think it's very important. Actually, one of the only people that actually gave me a bump was Rich from Goof On, because he found my show and he was like, this guy's really funny. You guys would like him. And so he gave me a bump a couple of times. Yeah. Most people, but
we need to spend more time doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
Just supporting each other. Like I said, there's enough pie to go around. We don't have to fight.
Exactly. And like I said, like, listen, if you guys were to blow by me in subscribers in the next year or two, right? I might be a little jealous. I mean, are those fuckers? I helped them get to 1,000. Now they just, but no, I'm human. I might have that.
Not competition. It's all a competition as well. I mean, I think like
most of me though thinks.
If we all say we don't pay attention to other people's numbers and our numbers, that's just bullshit.
That's part of the game. It's YouTube. It's YouTube. You want the subscribers and you want the views and you want the subscribers. It's all part of the game.
Important to realize too that we really do live in an attention economy now. I was just talking to a friend who works for Google, and he was talking about this attention economy, and I'm like, well, what do you mean attention economy? He goes, look around. There are people making millions of dollars on Instagram or YouTube because they figured out how to get people's attention. And the people that get more attention are rewarded financially for it. This is something new we've never had before. I mean, I guess before, like you have movie stars, and the more popular a movie star was, the more money they made. But this is a new situation where literally anybody can stand up on the internet and get 10 million subscribers or whatever. That's the world we live in now. It's attention economy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
That's why I have strippers. You got to have some strippers.
They're not strippers. They're Christian dancers.
Christian dancers. Yes.
Remember the correct wording.
So disrespectful.
Yeah. So we talked about some of this Lou drama, and then there was the Fessler drama, and I don't get it. Like, I think more people should spend more time actually doing real work or research or making real shows than arguing over this nonsense or that nonsense, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, we try and stay out it might not seem like it, but we do try and stay out of the drama.
It's hard sometimes.
Yeah, we do try and stay out of it. And, you know, but I think that comes with the territory. I mean, we've said from day one, you know, we've been very open with people from day one saying, look, we're going to get every different opinion we can on this show. And we want to go on as many shows as we can with different opinions. And so in a way, we've kind of signed up for that because we're kind of trying to remain on the fence as best we can. So we are going to get a bit of drama attached to ourselves. But that's fine. I mean, that whole Lou thing, that was the first time where we've kind of been attacked. And, you know, we've come out of that and, you know, we're kind of got a really thick skin now from that. So, you know, when people like Fezler pipe up and start to talk shit, it doesn't really anymore, you know, it's just like a little loser to me. So
yeah,
I really don't care. You know,
yeah.
You know, one thing that I found interesting about him and all the stuff that, first of all, he's telling people to crowd strike people's channels. He's telling people, you got to make these people pay.
Yeah.
He doxed, for those unaware, this Fister idiot, he doxed me. And then they said, well, we didn't technically dox you. They released my legal name and my street name. It doesn't take Sherlock Holmes to Google those two things together. And I checked. If you Google my street name and my legal name, you get my address. It's the first result that pops up. So they doxed me. They doxed Dark Sky Files. They doxed Manny's girlfriend because he used her information in the copyright claim stuff.
Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yes. And so, you know, all this stuff is happening. And then you add to that the sort of slut shaming. Then you add to that fat shaming Lou from UCR, and all. And my question is, like, this is a gay man, right? How would he like it if we all started gay shaming him?
He tried to call us like homophobes as well, which is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
And just out of line. I mean, both of us either have friends or family members.
Yeah, I've got two.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I've got don't have
members.
Any issues whatsoever.
Yeah,
you know what? My theory on gay people has always been this. I support you doing whatever you want to do in your bedroom. Just don't try to fuck me. You know? That's it. As long as you don't try to fuck me, we're good. You know?
That's fair.
I just think it's ridiculous that somebody else could care who somebody else loves.
Yeah.
When it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
that's just what I have always said.
I agree with you. I think it's a very difficult.
It's
and besides, it's got to be a difficult life, right? It's got to be a difficult life to people will go, gee, I want to make my life 10 times harder. I'll come out as gay. So I try to support those people because it's a difficult life. And you're right. Like, life's very short. And if you could find love anywhere, I'm all for it.
No, for sure. I mean, I grew up with like gay people in my life. Like my uncle's gay, and my cousin as well. So like I've been brought up, you know, thinking it's just a normal part of life. Like it doesn't even come into my head that it's something different. It's just, to me, it's just normal.
I think that's what's been put in our heads, is that it is something different versus something normal. But I mean, you know, we don't have to get into that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't. Like, it's none of your business who somebody else loves, no matter what your gender is, who you are. If you're finding love, like Steven just said, if you're finding love, then just hold on to it. Yeah, really.
Absolutely.
And we need 14 more people. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to look, but I looked a couple of times and it's not moving. So I got to say it again. And I put it in the live chat as well. That we have to get 14 of you people in the live chat. Just do me a favor. Run over there. I put the link to subscribe to their channel in the live chat. Run over there. Hit the subscribe button. Look, and then, look, if you think their show sucks, just wait 3 months until they get some more subs so you don't screw up and put them back under, and just unsubscribe. It's
exactly.
Just mute us if you hate us.
Exactly. Just wait like a month or two and then do it. Yeah.
Just mute our channel. Keep subscription going. No, hopefully we're not that terrible, but like we know, not every show is everybody's cup of tea, but that doesn't mean you have to hate on these shows.
We're only new as well. I mean, we did our first.
We've evolved a lot, I think.
We did our first show October. That was with John Greenwald. 15. John Greenwald was our first guest last October.
Jesus, that's another guest I can't get. I'm gonna have you guys do my guest booking from now on.
Yeah, honestly, he was our first guest. he was really nice about it too.
He was really cool, yeah.
But I had already talked to him and met him through UCR, so that did help. That it, like, he kind of remembered me as well, so maybe that.
Oh my God!
Maybe not, maybe a little.
Look how nice my viewers are. Steve Long says, "Don't worry, nobody wants to fuck Steven anyway." Thanks.
Shout out to Steve Long as well.
Yeah,
shout out to Steve Long. He always, he's got his like take on the UFO topic on Twitter. I do like that. So shout out to Steve Long.
Yeah,
I appreciate
you.
I appreciate your comments on Twitter for sure. Yeah,
and I love somebody busting my balls in my live chat. It makes things interesting. So
need a little bit of banter. Like, I love chats that just have a little, you know, little
spice to it. A little spice to it. Yeah,
not spunk. Wait, what do we say?
Spunk means something else.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
A lot of British TV, and then I was like, wait a minute, not that.
Yeah,
spice. Anyway.
So what you mentioned a few things that you have coming up. What are you focused on for your show going forward, especially now that you're going to be monetized very soon? And congratulations for that, because I know how it's hard to get there.
Yeah, I mean we've kind of had a weird journey with our show. Like when we came online, like we both kind of got into this we've been researching it for a lot longer than we've been online, but when we came online, we initially went into the side which is very Lou friendly, if that makes sense, and we've kind of evolved to kind of go away from that direction. So I mean, going forwards, I mean, we mentioned it before, we've got Third Phase of Moon coming up, and then we've got Stephen Greenstreet coming up, and we're gonna
I had those guys on my show by accident at once,
and
I was like surprised that they jumped on my show.
Yeah,
but
that was exactly how we were like, oh my God, Stephen Campion's on our show when you jumped into that random live.
I love doing that. If somebody, you know what? Nobody invites me. Believe it or not, I get very few invitations.
We were excited. So, we were like, holy shit, Campion is in our live right now. What is going on?
The fuck is going
on? Not that exciting, trust me. I probably just was just drunk and bored, so you know.
Yeah.
We loved it.
No, but you're you're in terms of us, like you're welcome on the show at any time, Stephen.
For sure.
Anytime.
Yeah, we do that absolutely.
Yeah.
I try to make time for everybody that actually asks, because I remember, especially when your numbers are low, people are like, "Oh, this isn't even worth it. There's going to be 20 people watching it, or whatever." I try not to do that because I remember, like, it's rough, you like
first,
yeah.
The worst for me is people that write books, because they want to sell the book, and I get it, but they'll ask me sometimes, like, well, how many viewers do you have, or what is your reach like? And when it was terrible, I was like, I guess you're not coming to talk about your book,
You're
like, but I get it.
It's growing.
Yeah, but I get it. They have to. Some people like Greer will say, "Oh, I only go on shows that have 100,000 or more subscribers." Or something.
That's what I was just about to say that, but I think it was S4 who posted it last week. He like some screen grabs of Greer. I think it must have been Greer's like assistant or PR person.
It's his wife that books him.
Oh, it's his wife. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and what did she say? Like, sorry, you don't have enough subscribers or something like that.
I think it was something along
the lines. It's like an automated message.
And he was pissed because he gave that guy a bunch of money years ago and bought a lot of his stuff and bought his app and, is a big supporter of his. So that's a kick in the teeth. I can understand, I'm not important enough to talk to, because that's all it is a conversation,
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. 12 more of you got to go over there. Come on. 12.
We definitely can get to 1,000 today. I can feel
that's
it.
insane.
I can feel it.
I feel it too.
Feeling though, to be honest.
What we need is
cool, though.
Sub to the channel. I'll put it in one more time. And I'm sorry to the live. People are like, "What are you doing?"
Live. I see him in the chat. Hey, Goofan.
Oh, hey, Rich.
We were just talking about you, Rich.
Yeah, they were saying what an asshole you are. Rewind it.
Yeah, pretty much. No, Rich, I still want to dress up as you and do your show. So we might just do a
you should put your hair like up under the hat and put your hair up under the hat.
I'm gonna go get a golf shirt from
Need those shades he wears as well. He sometimes has those shades on as well.
You got to practice yelling at your mom to make meatballs and stuff. Yeah, right?
Give me some meatballs, eh?
good
Yeah,
impression.
I like it. He
Not
tells the
bad.
super chatters, 12 meatballs for him, or whatever.
What's the equivalent for a woman for meatball? No sausage. I don't want the ball.
He reminds me of people that He reminds me of people that I grew up with, though, because I grew up in that kind of like Philly neighborhood where, like, there's all ethnicities. There was like over there on this street, it's all Italians, and over here's I was with the Polacks, and the Russians are over here, but the Italian people were always fun because my mother couldn't cook worth a shit. So I made friends with all the Italian kids because their moms, you hungry? You want to eat? Come on,
Oh yeah.
That's how I survived my childhood.
Very Greek, so I mean, similar.
Oh, you guys love to eat too, yeah, right?
Yeah, my dad is a really good cook. I won't lie.
I should have guessed that with a name. Like people joke about.
I know
your name, right? That's a real Greek name, right?
Yeah, think that it's fake and it's actually Artemis. I love it.
So
what's your real name?
Even my mum had thought when I told mum that
especially Artemis Prime at the time.
Yeah, my mum thought it was a fake name as well. I had to explain that it's actually a real name. Yeah.
I hated it growing up though, just because people were really mean and like bullied the shit out of that name. But
I can imagine. Yeah, that kids are mean. If they can find a reason, they'll mess. Yeah.
So I mean, at first, like my first name's Anastasia, so I would try to like push that was my name, and my parents would be like, "No, your name is Artemis. Like, just forget that you have a first name. Basically, like, just give it for show." And yeah, but then eventually I grew to like it, and then I also realized how badass the name was, and I was kind of like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna grow into this name.
Yeah.
So
great name.
It is now. Now I'm like, if somebody makes fun of it, I'm like, I don't know.
It's unique.
Who are you to even make fun of this name?
It's definitely a unique name. It's better than having, like the John Smith name. It's kind of boring. I have two sons, and me and my wife, we really wanted to give them not like a crazy, weird, made up name, but something that wasn't very common. So Zachary and Xavier. And they're the only Zacharys or Xaviers that we know. So I like that because it's not a crazy weird name, but it's
no, but they're unique. I like them.
They still stand out a bit. Yeah, those are cool names.
I went to St. Francis Xavier High School. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I thought if he ever became a rapper, he could have like big X's on him and stuff. You know?
Which of your son? But I saw that it was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, that's my older son. Yeah, he's autistic, and so it's always a little difficult with him because we don't know. His comprehension is 10 times more than his vocabulary. He's nonverbal.
Yeah.
But he had a ball. He was laughing and giggling all day, and we took him to Chuck E. Cheese and cake and ice cream and back rides.
It sounds like such a normal party. It's like COVID times, like.
I know that was the first time we've been there for two and a half years.
Like such a nice normal thing to do now. It's like
it felt a little weird though because there was a lot of people there, and it felt a little weird. And I felt myself going, "Should we be there?" They had a sign like masks optional, and I was like, "Should we?" No, we're not gonna. Nobody else is.
Yeah.
And
it is like that weird transition period.
We had that thing here because like the mask, like you can
finally the mandate's been lifted after
gone,
like
and
2 years.
Went to the supermarket. When was it? Yesterday or the day before? And it felt weird for us being in there. It really did feel weird.
But I'm still wearing my mask. But I mean, I don't know. To each their own. I mean, I went and got a pedicure today, and there was a few people who weren't wearing masks, and then a few who were. So I don't know. It just whatever's your comfort level, but. Yeah. My daughter got like her first birthday party invitation, and I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, this is finally like happening again, like where kids get to just like
be kids again,
and like do normal things. And also, I'm like kind of nervous. I haven't met like new people in a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know how to socialize in person anymore. I'm kind of like now I'm used to just being virtual. I'm like, how is this gonna work? I have to like meet new mom friends. That'll be
interesting.
That'll be interesting. But yeah, I feel like my social skills have like gone out the window in person. Like
I don't think so.
You know what though? I gotta say, like my wife commented that like I was made for this pandemic because like I'm always like, I don't want to go nowhere. I don't go outside. I don't want to socialize with anybody. I don't really, you know, I send her, like, if I need something, like, if you're going to the store, pick up this, this, and this, or I Amazon things. Like, I don't want to go outside. I'm very introverted most of the time, believe it or not. I'd like to read and just sit by myself or work on music in the studio here that I have in the home studio. So for me, it was like, I'm going to make a new album of music and I'm going to make some music videos and I'll fill my time. It's okay. I'll figure it out. It did get, even for me, though, it got a little much after a while because you just go, geez, I've been in my house for like a year, you know, like.
Get a bit like antsy, but then you also don't know what you even want to do.
Yeah.
At that point. I don't know. Or doing like one outing is like such a big deal now. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
And you're like so excited, or I'm so excited when I'm done whatever I'm doing and I'm back home.
Oh, me too.
It's like I feel safe again. I'm like,
it's like
it's nice.
It's weird because like before all this happened with COVID, like I was involved with music. Like I was like a promotions guy and like a DJ and stuff, and like I was used to like being out and making music and things like that. And then when COVID hit, you had to like kind of change your whole life, if that makes sense. And it was like a weird like adjustment period. But I'm used to it now. I'm more used to I prefer just being in the house, like you said, Steve, and just like doing my own thing, you know, and just being like creative with YouTube and things like that. So I
handled it better than, you know, what I did notice though is that some of my friends or relatives that I know are kind of extroverted, you know, like they like going out, they like going to bars, or they like going to concerts a lot and stuff. They did not handle it very well. They, you know, because we're like, great, I'm stuck in my house for a year, you know, but hopefully we're coming out of this thing and I hope that we learned some lessons from this though, because I don't think that's going to be the last one.
Oh, definitely won't be.
Given people's,
it's probably a test to see how we would do.
I think we're lucky that the virus wasn't as bad as it was, because if that virus was worse in terms of like the death rate, you know.
Yeah, I said that too. Like if the dials of that thing were turned just a little bit more, a little bit more, we would have had supply chain issues, food shortages, riots. We could have had a lot worse situation if those dials of that thing weren't just a little bit worse, you know? Yeah. But it's funny that some parts of the country that just handled it very well and other parts of the country not so well. I think the cities had a big problem. Where my cabin is, they didn't care. Nothing shut down, no masks. They didn't care. And, you know, they did things to get around everything. Like, I went to a bar with a friend. I'm like, are you sure we can do this? Everything's supposed to be closed. He's like, nah, they're open. And we go in the bar and we get some beers and we're sitting at the bar and they bring us this paper plates and they put like 3 French fries on it. And we're like, what's this? And they're like, if anybody from the government comes in, you just finished eating. And we're like, oh, okay. You know, like they didn't shut anything down except for huge events like, you know, I guess outdoor, like, you know, like concerts and
or like festivals, all that stuff. Yeah. Local stuff.
I'm just glad that we're kind of coming out of the end of that. Hopefully, right? For all we know, there's going to be another surge and a new lockdown next month because we're all, you know.
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I've been keeping up with like the UK news, and I know last week, they reported like 1 million cases in one day.
Jeez.
1 million cases in one day, and that's because everyone's kind of out, and you know, because the war, because
it's like basically
because of like the war with like Ukraine, that's like a narrative now. So everyone's kind of switched off.
China just locked down. That's what
it was Shanghai. What Shanghai are doing? They're locking down the whole. I think it's like the whole city, but they're doing it in 2 parts. So they're splitting Shanghai into 2 parts, and one half is going to get locked down for like 9 days, and then the next one's going to get locked down for 9 days after that.
Wow. Because
so like they're trying like a new way of curbing like the increase in cases by doing it that way. I'm not sure if it'll work, but
I don't know if that'll work, but something we just have to live with at this point.
China's weird. I mean, I like lived in China for 4 years, and
oh wow.
And like the Chinese people, they're very like, they'll follow orders, if that makes sense. You know, that's how
we're not like that here in the United States. We're like, you want me to do what? Fuck no. We're very rebellious people here in the United States.
Yeah.
You know,
We're
like we
in
kicked you
Canada,
Brits out of
so-
here and said, this is our country now, bitches. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But no,
Canada just does whatever. I don't even know.
yeah, it's the
anymore.
same as the UK as well. Same as UK. We just don't really care about the virus anymore.
Don't
over
know.
there, but
Just don't care anymore, right?
no.
I think that what is that? There was a term like COVID fatigue. After 2 years of this, people are just like, that's enough of this shit. We're not gonna,
even really afraid of it anymore.
Yeah.
Or I mean, generally, of course, like some people, and of course, like high risk people, I can understand where they're, more cautious, and especially if it's just a higher risk if they get any sort of illness. Like I can appreciate that, of course.
yeah,
It's not a joke. It's just,
yeah.
It just seems like something we have to live with and try to move forward somehow.
That's it. We're going to have to live with it. It's not going away.
That's all.
So we're going to have to
And
live
just
with it.
continuing to get more and more jabs just doesn't seem like the option.
No.
Well,
Now after
I'm a big supporter of science, but I just don't. We don't talk about this stuff generally here. But like, I don't understand. They said
the words though.
Oh no, it's okay. But you know how they said like it will do X, Y, and Z for you, and then we find out, oh, it doesn't do half of what you guys said, and I don't know. At some point, you're right. How many of these procedures are you going to have to undergo, right?
Yeah.
And here we have a question from V. Good question. What do Josh and Artemis cover on their show, and what got them into it? Do they cover alt topics or just disclosure? So I'll let you guys answer that.
Good question, V and Steve Long too.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to take it away? Or?
I mean, I feel like we try to cover a variety of topics, and we, we'll have some themes for episodes. Like we'll get into like ancient history, or we'll do we have an episode next week coming up, or is that tomorrow? For USOs.
That's tomorrow.
So we're going to do an episode covering like USOs, but sometimes we'll get into like paranormal or mental health. And we usually add in a bunch of pop culture because that for us is very I don't know. You can just see how much we're conditioned in pop culture in this topic and in other topics as well. So we always find it interesting kind of like incorporating that. But we definitely try to cover a variety of topics, but of course the UFOs topic as well.
UFOs the main one.
We both are very passionate in that subject, but we're also both passionate about mental health for various reasons.
Like I think it was Michael Huntington today. He posted an article on Twitter today. I think it was like the 25th anniversary of the Heaven's Gate cult, and great article. If you haven't seen it yet, I would suggest you read it. And like we reached out to the person who was interviewed in like the article today. I sent him an email. So potentially we're going to try and get this guy on, who's like, he's like a specialist in helping people who have come out of cults and things like that. So
culty programming. That's a good subject. Yeah.
So next Wednesday. So even if we can't get this guy on before next Wednesday we're going to do a whole show about cults. And
I might have another guest for that panel as well, because
cool.
I found somebody on Twitter who has a whole podcast on cults.
Nice. We'll speak to him.
Yeah, and also you should, if you're interested in that topic, there's Melissa Martell. She had the Deprogrammed podcast. Her whole podcast was about cults. And I don't know what it is about cults that fascinate me, but I love the Scientology and like Heaven's Gate and all
Scientology. Yeah, there's
a psychology behind what makes, especially when these cults get into like when the cult leaders do things like, hey, listen, I was talking to God and God told me that you're not allowed to bang your wife anymore, but I am, and they go along with it. I go, at what point, or the Heaven's Gate, like, okay, we're going to need you to castrate yourself. I'm checking out of this cult. I'm keeping my penis. Like, I don't understand the psychology behind some of this.
It's crazy. But if like you notice on like UFO Twitter, I've noticed it for a while, but it's only recently where I've kind of picked up on spoken out against it. But there's so much language which is similar to how that kind of stuff operates. You've seen it on UFO Twitter on like a daily basis now, and it's quite scary, to be honest, when like you see it. You can see where the topic's kind of going now for me. It's worrying.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say this. Two things. First, we want to thank El Warrior for a kind and generous $5 super chat. He says, "Great show," and for helping us to praise the cash. And you guys need 5 more people. So I just put
honestly
5 more. I just
we
put
start off
your.
with tonight. I think 9:30.
I just put their YouTube channel into the live chat. There's 100 of you people here. I'm sure you all haven't gone over there. So we need 5 more of you people to go over and reward a good show host that doesn't do the circle jerk. Because, you know, they can't all be circle jerk shows and me. We've got to have some better shows out there that are willing to ask hard questions and do the real work. And I want to support them. Please, 5 more of you, just go over there and hit the subscribe button. So that I can stop hitting refresh every 30 seconds going, I know we can do this for them today. I wanted to do something, to pay it forward. So, and listen, we want to thank everybody for praising the cash. There's a few ways to support us, and one of them is that money button down there. And
definitely,
your generosity and support is much, much appreciated.
This is Trixie at the exclusive Truth Seekers UFO desk. And I like nothing more than getting down on my knees and praising the cash. Every time you donate, I'm gonna get down on my knees and praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your generosity.
I never know what to say after this. I think
no, you know what? Listen, everybody was getting upset. Everybody was getting upset because some people are saying that some women are using their assets to get more likes and views and subscribers. And I thought that's not fair because I don't have those assets.
I want to do it too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I want to do it too. If that really works. And by the way, it really does work. It really does work. Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper.
And also, it's just funny.
Sex sells. Hey, sex sells.
But sex always sells. I mean,
that's how it works.
Again, looking at like almost every movie and TV show, like there's always some sex of some kind. Even like some sexuality of some kind. So it's not like women don't know, but why should we be punished for at least just having them in existence?
Well, besides the whole thing is this too, is like for I don't know if you know, but I was a stage magician, like rabbits and magic tricks. Yes, and beautiful women have been in that art form for thousands of years. For thousands of years, the magician would use a beautiful woman. And by the way, there are some technical reasons why we use those beautiful women to distract you. You're looking at that girl. You're not looking at what I'm doing.
Yeah, of course.
Or just in every art form, beautiful women have been a part of it. Dancing and beautiful women. It's just that's our culture, and I don't understand people complaining about that. But thank you, Mr. DB Cooper, for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. Now I'm going to do something here. I'm going to share this tab I have here with your show, and look at that. We're 998.
2 more, yes. Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe
two more of you people need to go over there. I'm going to go and put in the description, or I'm going to put in the live chat the link to their channel one more time. 6 Sense is here. Maybe he can help us out. 1 second.
Yeah, he just did it.
6 Sense posts some good stuff as well. I do like his stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a moderator for me and a friend of the show since I started. Even before this show, he was on the audio podcasts when we would broadcast those once a week on YouTube. Great guy.
So it's still on YouTube. Do you broadcast like on Spotify or anything?
Yes, and this is something that I would recommend for you guys if you don't already do it.
I keep saying.
Here's what it is.
Page.
Yeah, what I do is I take excuse me, the audio from the normal live shows here and just put it out to Spreaker, who then puts it out to 15 different audio podcasts. And I'm not making very much money on the audio podcast, but I'm making 2 or 3 times what Spreaker costs, which is $20 a month or something, in those ads. But I really think that the audio podcast, as long as you remember to do this, hey, folks in audio podcast land, we want to remind you, go over to our YouTube channel, put Truth Seekers in the search bar, one word. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and you too can come here and be a part of our live chat. Don't just listen to the show, be a part of it here on YouTube. I do that every show, and I think that the audio podcast drives traffic to the YouTube channel.
That's definitely what like we need to do. We need to branch out and do more stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and it's surprisingly easy. You upload one file and it goes to, there we go, 1,000 subscribers.
Thanks so much, guys.
1,000 subscribers.
Going away, to be honest.
Oh my God.
I have a bumper for that somewhere.
That's
I don't
great.
know.
Thank you, like everybody
Thanks
in the
so
chat
much for
and
like the support.
obviously
And
Steven, like that was really
Yeah,
Sixty-
well, see, now I did a good thing I did a good karmic thing because somebody helped me
A
get
great-
over that hump. And now I feel like I paid it forward for more than a few people already. We've helped them to get over their hump. And that's a great thing. So now you can now you're going to be able to praise the cash like everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's,
we'll also be able to pay it forward as well, you know.
Yeah.
Because
I hope that you do that. Yeah, I hope that you do that and you help some other people. And congratulations to the Josh and Artemis show for getting to their 1,000 subscribers. Look at that.
Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Really cool. Wow.
I knew that we could probably do this for you when I saw how close you were. And I was glad that I could.
Amy's in the chat and she's like saying that you helped her too. It's true.
Yeah, I got her over the hump as well. So there you go.
Absolutely.
So some of you people are going to owe me a hump. I mean, a bump. Whatever. Never mind.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Josh
So
will make
great.
you a video.
I'll make you one.
Not a video of him.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what you meant at first. I'm like, what kind of videos are these two into, right?
All sorts, Stephen. All sorts of videos.
All sorts.
Yeah.
All sorts. We like to play dress up.
Really?
Kidding.
You know,
Josh
I
is
once,
like, what
I
are
once
you
had a
saying
girlfriend
right
that was
now?
into
What are you
all
saying
that
right
stuff.
now?
She was always like, gotta have this outfit and that outfit. And I'm like, can't we just bang? Come on, this is taking too long. Come on. You
It's
know?
just more stuff to take off.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny. Love it.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you find
Good point,
you
DB Cooper.
That was really cool. Thank you so much, everybody.
Oh, Mr. DB Cooper is here. So I was a magician too, Stephen. My sleight of hand is amazing, according to me. That sounds like a magician's joke. Yeah. I used to say that my fan club only has 2 members, me and my mother. And last week my mother quit.
Oh,
That's sad, yeah.
that's very
And Steve K with a kind and generous $10 says, congrats, guys. I couldn't go to sleep until I saw this. Got to get up at 5 hours to machine some car parts.
Oh,
My brother's a mechanic. That's me. That's interesting. Thank you for your
Well,
kindness
thank you, Steve, for being
and your
here.
generosity and for helping us to praise the cash. So, you know, I've got a bunch of other stuff to do tonight. So if you guys don't mind, maybe we'll wrap it up.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
sure.
I mean, we've had a great time. And like we've said, you know, you're welcome on our show anytime
Yeah,
as well.
we'll
We'd love
arrange
it.
something soon. We'd like that for sure,
Yeah.
Steve. Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
into the cult stuff. Like maybe we can arrange like a whole panel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
we can get that going
Yeah.
for an episode. That'd
I'd
be
love
really
Everybody
cool.
is here congratulating you guys on your subs.
Thank you, everybody. It's really
Somebody said, I Ben
Still a
Spoon's
lot of
better
love.
than Uri Geller.
Ah,
Alien Girl, so happy for you guys. But I am happy I was here
Yeah.
for the 1K
Thanks, Amy.
moment.
it is pretty special that Alien Girl's here. Like I remember just watching her for so long. And
She's
not
a-
in a creepy way, but
And she's
love
one of
that.
the she's like someone who we look up to as well. She's someone who, you know,
I
doesn't-
fangirled her hard for a little while. I'm not gonna
yeah, and
I won't
she's
lie.
and she's not in the circle jerk thing like you mentioned either.
No.
You know, so there are
Okay.
channels, you know, like
Oh no, I didn't mean to
Like,
suggest that that every show is.
No,
but-
of course
No,
not.
no.
Yeah, and I'm cool with
Yeah.
Amy and
I
Rich
was
and a few other people. Sure.
No, for sure. I was just trying to
Yeah,
make
I
the
know.
point that there are some channels like, you know, and the girls that one time as well, that one time I was abducted. They're like
Yeah.
another good show who, you know, bring a
I'm kind of pissed at those crystal hippie bitches, though.
honestly,
No,
I will never get over
Spooky,
that line.
Spooky, who is on their show now as a host, you know, was
Yeah.
my sort of contributing producer and did some things for me like thumbnails. I'm terrible at graphics, by the way. And she decided to go do the show with them, so they stole my producer, those crystal hippie bitches. But it's okay.
well,
that maybe the universe
hate
wanted
the
me to
play, I
get
hate
better
the
at
game.
graphics. No, but yeah,
Okay.
they're great too. They're fun. I like
Yeah.
their show and a
Yeah.
few others, you know.
Yeah,
Everybody
lots
is
of other people doing
congratulating
really
you.
great stuff. I think we can't let those idiots ruin it for the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I'm not going to say names, so no one can say I called somebody specifically an idiot. But,
yeah, I mean,
but we know who all of them are.
I mean, for me, it's just basic stuff. I mean, when like you've got someone on your show, you should be asking questions to them. That's just how it should be. I mean, you know, big claims require evidence for me, and if you're not providing the evidence, then we're going to be asking questions. That's how it works.
Yeah. I mean, I would expect that as a guest.
I would expect
you
it,
know,
100%.
And especially if I'm making like extraordinary claims, and you know, I was a person of some importance in the topic, then I would kind of expect these hard questions. Maybe I don't have the answers to all of them, but
yeah,
I wouldn't expect to go on a show and just talk about butterflies and rainbows. I would expect some serious
absolutely
questions.
You know, I got a lot of flack for interviewing that Wayne guy who was in, well, it wasn't Wayne, but you know, Anjali's Wayne, and I'm like, she's claiming that she met aliens inside this guy's mountain. If I can interview him and he was there that night, why would I not want to do that? Like
exactly.
I'm not going to apologize for trying to get to the truth.
But you have a responsibility as a podcaster, as a YouTuber. Like if you're going to interview people of all the spectrums and get a bigger picture, just like how it should be. I don't know. Why focus on one small part of a conversation? Why not?
For one small part of the UFO topic as well. You know, like you've got to, you know, and that's why we love it, because, you know, we'll speak to people who we want to speak to, and we don't really care what people think. You know, I mean, we'll probably get some shit for coming on your show today. Do you know what I mean?
Probably. You know what's so funny? Somebody sent me a nice message the other day that made me feel great. They sent me a message, which I'll just paraphrase, but they said, you know, when I first heard about you, everybody was telling me what an asshole you are, but I started watching your show and I don't get it. Like, you're not really an asshole. You're just trying to get to the truth. And like, so, you know, people will come around, you know.
And this is what we keep saying. I mean, you know, yourself, Rich, Goofon, I mean, the way you like, you know, do, like, you guys just want to get to the truth, and we really respect that. We really do. And that, like, we need more people like that who are going to be there to challenge people and, you know, and get to the truth. You know, that's what we need to do. Like, you know, so we need to get rid of the bullshit and try and focus on what facts we have. And, you know, and so the only way to do
that's
that
one
is
of the
to ask
problems.
questions.
That's one of the problems that I have with most other shows, is that a lot of other shows, they don't even acknowledge how much fraudery, fakery, hoaxery, and bullshit. And to me, it's like, you're not going to solve that problem until you acknowledge that it exists. But to just sit there with blinders on, like, that's their truth, man, and just because I don't resonate with it, no, that's bullshit. Like, you know, and I'm going to get myself in trouble here, but there's people that are like Richard Dolan, who has been caught. I caught him 3 times selling a completely and totally fake story, but he's got a huge following. But he's using completely and totally fake, made-up sources. He interviewed a dead man to sell one of those stories. The guy died 4 years before he interviewed the guy, and I have multiple sources confirming that guy was dead for 4 years before he interviewed him. He won't explain that. He won't even explain what happened. And I think he has a responsibility to explain what happened. And now we've got him dead to rights, thanks to John from the Black Vault, who you mentioned, because Richard Dolan said that he had somebody that was feeding him the information from the classified UAP report. And he did all these backroom, you know, like behind my paywall videos for his subscribers that pay a membership to hear him talking about what was in that report. And now John from the Black Vault got the report, and nothing that he talked about was in that classified report. So again, with a fake anonymous source, nobody else is allowed to talk to. And thank you, Dorothy Hawkins, for your kindness. Your generosity and support says, I'm glad for shows that don't pull BS fakery.
She's someone who we really respect as well, like her opinions, and like she said, you know, we just want to get through the BS and get to the truth. That's literally all it is,
and enjoy doing it. Like, have some fun and meet friends and build a community along the way.
So definitely.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are out there. I'm glad that you got to the 1,000 subscribers.
It's insane.
You know?
Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen.
Was not
Appreciate your
expecting
help
that
with
today.
Yeah,
So that was
appreciate
really
that.
Well,
cool.
that's the least that I could do. We need less circle jerkers and more people that do decent work. And I want to recognize that and thank you for that when I see it. Because you guys know I bust balls on a lot of people, but I realize that I don't take the time to say these people are doing good work. Mostly I focus on the scuzzballs that I think are, you know, and I shouldn't. I got to be more balanced. So thanks for helping me to do that. And karma, I'm a big believer in karma. So if I could do something nice to help somebody along their journey, because it's rough. It is rough getting in there. It is rough getting to those 1,000 things. And see, now you got to go check your watch time. And then you're going to have to fill out some kind of form for Twitter. I'm telling you, do it. Even if you don't turn everything on, do it. Because when you need a microphone or a webcam or whatever, it's nice to have a couple of bucks in that account that you can not worry about it and just say, I'm just going to buy whatever we need. We've got a ridiculous studio here that was all built slowly out of you know, Patreon and everybody's support of the show. I have everything I need and then some. You know, we have multiple cameras and microphone, whatever we need, we were able to get, you know?
Yeah. That's what it's about, is helping each other. And it feels good to support the shows that you like as well. Like, even
I do that myself. Yeah.
You know, it does feel nice to support the people that you.
Well, as soon as you actually have the ability to take super chats, I'll be there to send you a celebratory super chat.
Appreciate it, Steve.
Yeah.
Pretty special. We did get, you know, our 1,000 subs right here, right now, tonight on this show. We got it live forever.
Now I have a feeling. The downside, though, is I have a feeling that there's going to be about 50 people with 900 or more subscribers that are going to want to be a guest real soon.
Yeah, they're going to want to.
All of them are.
You're like, I need that Truth Seekers bump, bro, and I'd be happy to help some more people. So you guys are doing good work. I do encourage everybody. The link to their YouTube channel is in the description of this video. It's also there in. Sixth Sense is putting it in the live chat. Go over there and support them, even though they get better guests than me. God damn it! What that's about? I think it's. Let me guess, Artemis. You book them, right?
Most of them. I mean,
I knew it. They're like, oh, pretty girl. What's the other show?
Business account.
I got Mick West on the show though, Steve.
I'm gonna ask these.
I got Greenwald though.
Yeah,
I got Greenwald.
Well, good for you guys though.
I got Hugh Newman.
Hugh Newman as well.
Hugh Newman was a big one. He was for like, we went into megalithomania and megalithic giants. Sorry, I can't talk.
Oh yeah,
and,
I love stuff like that.
Ancient history, but honestly, like, we need him back on the show because that was really interesting.
Yeah, that's another thing we want to try and focus more on. It's like the ancient history stuff.
I love that stuff. Ancient mysteries is one of my things too. Yeah. Once in a while, though, I think I do get a big guest who maybe doesn't watch the show or hear any of the nasty talk about me or whatever, and they just agreed to the show. I love that because I feel like the show gives me a passport to talk to some of these interesting, amazing characters. Thursday we have Whitley Strieber on the show on Thursday.
Wow, that'll be interesting.
That's really cool.
And it was so weird because I just happened to be at my cabin and I was bored and it was raining. And I had the Communion, the Christopher Walken movie, on DVD. So I watched that. And then a couple days later, just so happened to talk to him because of the Angeli stuff. So I asked him and we're going to have him this Thursday at 7 p.m. And
we'll definitely be tuning in. For 100%.
Yeah, I'm interested in what he has to say about a lot of different things, but it's just an amazing guy. Imagine hearing, first of all, they're going to make a movie about your life and your experiences, and then hearing, Christopher Walken's going to play you, you know?
Crazy.
That's insane, right? Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Really is.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to encourage everybody to support Artemis and Josh from the Josh and Artemis show. I'm glad that we can help them get over the hump. Now they're going to make some money, and praise the cash for Josh and Artemis. Thank you, all you kind people who went over there and subscribed. I guarantee if you like our show, you're going to like what they're doing over there. Hopefully we'll have you guys back soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let us know anytime.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right.
Great.
anytime.
Well, you guys have a good evening, and Artemis, make sure you take care of Josh. You know.
I will.
Yeah, I'm
Don't worry.
going to be chained up soon, Stephen. Don't worry.
Yes, people don't know this, but this dude, when he came over to visit her, and she chained him in the basement, and he hasn't been allowed out of the house
Allegedly.
since. I heard that. I
Don't
heard that.
need the police.
I get unchained for the interviews and then chained back.
Yeah,
Only
she
from
sent
the
me a
waist up.
picture. She
Don't-
sent me a
don't let
picture
that
for
chair
the show,
fool you.
and I said, "Oh, I guess you unchain him for the photos, right?"
That's
Just from the waist up.
All
The waist up.
right, you guys take care of each other. How about that?
Everybody's like, what the fuck?
I know this is taking a bad turn right at the end.
Yeah. You know what? It's all right. This is my humor too, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's all good.
Yeah, nobody
Appreciate
wants
it.
to hear about your chaining this dude up or pegging him or anything like that. That would be gross. Okay. So you guys have a good night and enjoy. And look, go have a cocktail, celebrate.
Yeah, we're
You
gonna
hit
have
a
Yeah,
big
we're
milestone.
definitely gonna celebrate now.
You hit a big
Yeah.
milestone today. I'm
Definitely.
proud of you, and you guys worked hard for it, and you earned it. And what little help I could give you was nothing compared to the hard work that you've already put in. You go get it. Go get it. It's there for you now.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate
And
it.
All right.
just to answer this one thing in the chat for Pincer Flactum, it was Stephen Cambion who started the chaining.
Yeah,
I
it was,
think. Started
Oh,
cheering.
I
It's
started the
best
rumor.
ever.
Maybe. Yeah, I might have.
The best ever, honestly. It's the best running joke.
I told you I could think of worse things, Josh. I could think of
Do it.
worse things than having her chain you
I
up
know,
and
right?
do things
do
to
it.
you.
Say him.
You
We
know?
don't care. It's fine, Steve.
I'm saying that like it could be worse.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
like,
It
come
could be worse.
I-
You could be getting chained up by a dude that wants to peg you. Okay.
yeah, it's true.
All right. You guys have a nice night.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Look. Well, that was a fun and interesting conversation. And quite honestly, I need more like that because sometimes these things don't go real well. But when you're just talking to people that are like-minded and having a good time, it makes things easy. And I'm really glad that I could help them. Like I've helped a few others get over that hump. I remember how difficult it was. You're watching that sub count every day going, or, checking in and going, geez, I only got 3 more subscribers this whole month or week or whatever, and I need 50 more or 100 more or whatever I need. So I noticed that they were right under the magic numbers. Wanted to make it a point to try to do that. Thank all of you for going over there and helping them out. It is much, much appreciated. And I, like I said, I'm a huge believer in karma. Maybe somebody will help me out when I need it or do something nice for me because I've got good karma going on. Helping others is always a good thing. If you have the power to help someone to a goal, do it. Do it. Because first of all, they'll always thank and acknowledge your help and assistance. And if you need help, they'll be there for you because they will remember. So that's where we're at, and that's where we find ourselves. We'll take a post a 1,000K sub show, and we'll take a few more questions from the live chat, and otherwise we're going to bounce on out of here. I want to thank our guests tonight, Josh and Artemis from the Josh and Artemis Show. Their link to subscribe to their channel is in the description of the video. I just watched their McWest show. And that was great because I'm a fan of his, and I think they did a great job interviewing him, and just an interesting show. Yeah, and they also have a Patreon, so you can support them on Patreon as well. Cloudy with a chance of UFOs. Not sure what you mean. Looking in here. Oh, cloudy with a chance of UFOs. Yeah, I don't help dickheads though. Only good people. Help good people. Don't help nasty, negative, toxic people, right? Bob Marley, I'm sorry for saying people beg for money. You guys make watching TV good. Let's have an LA burger. You can also buy them a coffee. 6 cents holding down the live chat. And reminding you all, besides subscribing to other channels, if you have not already subscribed to our channel here, I did notice a few new faces in the live chat. new user IDs I have not seen before. First of all, welcome. You are most welcome here. Glad that you found us. Be sure, people that are new to our show and our channel here, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and you too will know when we're doing a live show. We have a very interactive live chat. We take comments and questions. You are most welcome here. Mr. DB Cooper with another kind and generous $2 super chat says, do you think Will Smith actually slapped Chris? You know, I don't know, and I don't care. There are people suffering in the middle of a war right now. There are homeless veterans living on the street. There is a homelessness epidemic in California right now. There are people suffering all over this planet that don't have clean drinking water, even in our country, or food to eat. So quite honestly, Mr. DB Cooper, if not for Will Smith smacking Chris Rock, I wouldn't even have known that there was the Oscars or cared. I've never really cared about this rich elite people, and not to take anything against take anything away from actors, but these are people that basically play make-believe for a living, and they get paid millions and billions of dollars. I don't quite understand it. I don't, and look, I like a good movie like anybody else, but I don't know. I think that those guys were friends for years. So would they fake something like that? You never know. Maybe. I don't know. But I have heard a few things since the slap. Chris Rock's tour was not doing really well selling tickets. Suddenly, his whole tour is like sold out, and they raised the ticket price on top of selling out most of the venues that he was doing his shows in. I find that a coincidence. So who knows? It looked kind of fake to me. I mean, he really slapped him, but it looked, for somebody to get up knowing that they're on national television and slap somebody, I don't know, And then there was the sort of fake apology, right? Mr. DB Cooper, great answer, Stephen. Me neither. Yeah, I don't know. And most of me doesn't care about them. Stephanie from As the Willow Grows says, shit is dumb. Yeah, I agree. And by the way, I just want to remind everybody that we are going to be going back to doing these Tarot Card Tuesdays. And I'm happy to say that Stephanie from Willow Unity also put me in touch with another tarot card reader named Autumn Rose, who we're going to be having this coming Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you would like to get a free tarot card reading this coming Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have a new tarot card reader who's never been here before, sent to us by Stephanie from Willow Unity in the form of Autumn Rose. I'm interested in learning more about her, seeing what her sort of tarot card reading style is like and what kind of vibe she brings to the show. And to all you people who can get free readings. The readings here on the Tarot Card Tuesdays are completely and totally free. And I encourage you to come here and support the show doing that. Now, I did notice I got a comment in the live chat, in the YouTube. Somebody left a YouTube comment like, I can't believe you're having tarot card readers. I'm never watching your show again. Okay. Sorry that you're so offended by one topic here or one guest that you will ghost us. But I like it. And a lot of people here like to come here and get the free readings. We've had excellent feedback. We're going to keep going with it. And I get some people don't like that, or, they think I'm being hypocritical because I go after fake psychics and fake healers and pardon me. But I don't find anything wrong with that. And I feel like we are exploring that topic here live on air. And I'm getting a up close personal view of tarot card readers, what they do, how they do it, things they say. I'm fascinated by that. I don't know where else I could get an opportunity to sit there for hours and observe tarot card readers. So we're doing it here live. And I'm taking you with me for the journey. First Floor Audio says it's fun. Carolyn Burnett says, good riddance. Well, yeah, it makes me a little sad if somebody's going to be that upset over one topic or one guest that they won't ever watch the show again. You know, it is what it is. You cannot please all the people all the time. I just do the best that I can here. And so I apologize if you don't like a certain topic or a certain guest, then I encourage you just not to watch that episode and watch the next episode, which may be a topic or guest that you enjoy more. That's just where I'm at, and that's where we find ourselves here. Yes, Pinzer Flack says, I don't understand why anyone cares what other people do on YouTube. Do you? Yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're just going to explore topics that I'm interested in. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So, again, I want to thank our guest tonight, Josh Artemis Show. I want to thank all of you who went over there and subscribed to their channel and helped them get over the hump. I appreciate that very much, because I'm telling you, that last 50 or 100 subscribers, it's like, oh, please, let's get there so I could, make a couple of bucks and turn on the ads and turn on the super chats. And because it's really unfair that so many people have to work for free while they're getting their show built, but they've done their work and they've built their show. They're off to a great start. Glad that we can help them reach one of their goals. So that's where we're at. That's where we find ourselves. I have a bunch of things going on, and I'm not quite sure about a show tomorrow, but I'm going to try to put something together for you. If there is, it'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. We definitely have a show on Thursday, which will be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be interviewing the one, the only Whitley Strieber of Communion fame. And I hope that you will be there for that. It should be a big show, big event, a Truth Seekers special event. And I've also got this Todd Standing investigation, but I'm waiting on finishing some more research and conducting a few more interviews from experts about what they think of Todd Standing's Bigfoot footage. We've brought in a bunch of experts, illusionists, special effects people, a cryptid researcher, and I'm having them all look at the footage, including the footage that I enhanced somewhat, and offer their opinions. Then I've got another piece on Richard Dolan. We're going to do something that I have not done here before, and that is that I'm collecting together all the coverage of Richard Dolan, and we're going to call it Richard Dolan Deep Dive. Can you trust the information that Richard Dolan has been presenting to his audiences, to his paid members behind his paywall, or is he full of shit? And I'm basically gluing together all of our previous coverage about him interviewing a dead man in the form of this CIA deathbed confession video. We have some information about the Roswell slide hoax that he helped promote and take part in that pay-per-view, which, by the way, raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for a completely and totally fake, made-up shit. That was a human mummy, had nothing to do with Roswell or the Roswell event or aliens. It was a human mummy. But by the time everybody found out it was a human mummy, Jaime Maussan and Richard Dolan and everybody else involved in that tremendous hoax already ran off with hundreds of thousands of dollars. And to be clear, I believe that Richard Dolan was paid by Jaime Maussan to be one of the speakers at the pay-per-view event. So maybe Jaime Maussan made off with most of the money, but certainly Richard Dolan profited from that completely and totally fake, made-up hoax. Next, we get the realization that Richard Dolan knowingly and willingly used completely and totally, I believe he knowingly and willingly, it's my speculation, I'm entitled to it, he used a completely and totally fake, made-up anonymous source again, claiming that he had all the information that was in the classified version of the UAP report. He made a whole bunch of videos, monetized videos, and videos behind his paywall, telling everybody that he had the secrets of what was in the classified UAP report. Now we find out that nothing that he talked about was actually in the classified UAP report, thanks to John Greenwald getting that released through FOIA requests. How many hoaxes, how many fake stories are we going to allow Richard Dolan to profit from? Oh, and let's not forget a story that he's made more money on than anybody, the Wilson documents. And recently, we have an interview from Bobby Inman, Admiral Bobby Inman, that basically refutes everything that Richard Dolan's fake anonymous sources for the Wilson documents were saying. In other words, Richard Dolan brings in his fake anonymous source, Mr. X, who then cites other anonymous sources, then claims that Bobby Inman, Admiral Bobby Inman, was in on a lot of this Wilson document stuff with Admiral Wilson. Turns out he basically refutes all that. Another fake story. What is that? 3 or 4 completely and totally fake made-up stories of Richard Dolan's. Anyway, we're going to glue together a deep dive investigation into Richard Dolan and his fake bullshit anonymous sources. And it's going to be long. It's probably going to be 4 hours. But I was thinking about people who want those deep dives. Some people want that deep dive. Give me all the information. And if it takes 4 hours, I'll listen to it. And by the way, Richard Dolan has made a whole bunch of like 6-hour streams about the Wilson documents, or 4-hour streams. He's made really, really long streams about these fake Wilson documents. So you'll have to forgive me if it takes us a long stream to explain that he's using fake anonymous sources, that he's interviewing dead people, that he's profiting from the Roswell slide hoax and then laughing at people who said he should apologize, interviewing dead people to sell fake alien stories, and more. It takes a while to break that down. We're going to put that all together, and I'm hoping to release it before this weekend. It may be a little late. I'm not the fastest at this, but we're going at a breakneck speed here. And we've got a few more surprises coming, so stay tuned. Just checking in with the live chat. GoofOn is on in 20 minutes, so we're going to bounce on out of here. Once again, I want to thank our guests and congratulate them on hitting 1,000 subscribers. What can I say? They earned it, and what little help I was is really insignificant compared to the amount of work, time, energy, and effort that they've put into building their show. So congratulations to them. I want to thank each and every one of you who went over and helped them out. You have earned some good karma yourself as well. They're one of the good guys in this thing. And trust me, there's not many good guys in this thing. So we want to support the good people when we can. I'll get off my soapbox now. I'm always happy when there's an audience. Thank you so much for coming here tonight and being a part of mine. What else can I say? I'm going to bounce on out of here. So until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Cambion. Good night, and God bless all of you.
20 years ago, they had cows that produced human milk. 20 years ago, they had spiders that produced body armor, spider guts. Okay. They have human animal hybrids 30 years ago. They've got giant human tissue farms.
And that's where you lose me.
Bullshit.
Seriously?
That's it right there. Every time I bring up a fucking subject, you know all about it.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
25 years ago that they had human animal embryos, but they killed them at the embryonic level.
Man, you need to go back to the
No. I believe it happened. Stop saying I said it didn't happen.
It's okay to talk about it and not be ashamed of it. It's okay. If you've got anxiety, you got PTSD, whatever, it's okay. Let's talk about it. Let's get help for it, get it behind you, and move on.
To talk about 12 dimensions, 11 known, 12 being omnipresent, so we don't say it actually exists. To say that is arrogant, so I won't say that.
I don't understand that. I listen to your interviews, and you're naturally very curious. You don't struggle for the next question because
exactly.
You really want to know something. That makes it much easier.
Yeah.
People go and find these things on the internet.
About human animal hybrids with pigs and cows?
Oh, my God.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
That's a bitch.
I get it. Not everybody's like me. And I'm not trying to move the top of sky around. I think I've proven I'll go up against people.
I mean, I don't feel bad about myself because of that.
My first memories were every night was a DMT trip.
Okay. Short term, it can be an alternative. But I've seen people on everything from opioids to mood elevators for years before you decide you're going to be a human lie detector. Is do your homework.
Do not say that. I'm going to get killed.
The minute you can get away from that, you need to get away from it.
No, they want the organs.
I can't answer that in terms. I mean, I'm sure there's research of
aliens are real. They're creating human animal hybrids that are a new creature never here on Earth. It's alien. So the aliens are already here. AI is alien. The chimeras are
also
alien.
Some very smart business and branding that's gone into that as well. I know that you're all on this point of view. Now I want you to prepare an argument for the other side.
Black people are God and white people are the devil. And we're going to kill the white people.
You're really going to throw them off the charts now because you've got a normally active brain that you're now making hyperactive.
It's electrochemical. But I'm reading in the Baltimore Sun after I just had him on and thought he was crazy. He's giving me all these patents for mind control using wavelengths and microwaves.
So that lifts your mood and that takes care of it. So you took the medication short term, you're lifted back up and you're okay. I'm an old guy, but younger people are getting their information in different ways.
So this is a device given to us by the gods.
Oh, God.
Given to us by the technology that the breakaway government, NASA, has developed that you don't just think they made up themselves, right?
I'm way better off than I was at the end of February. So you made little changes and they all added up. And if you don't, by the end of the year, you're just in deeper. So
here's what I'm telling you about. When I was a kid, the first time I got choked out was like this 17-year-old super hot chick. And I was like 13. And she goes, I'll have sex with you. This is a true story. I'll have sex with you if you let me put makeup on you. But then I go, wait a minute. You're detonating over 100 hydrogen bombs in the upper atmosphere to see if you can ignite the atmosphere and destroy the Earth. And she had a foot-long dick.
I mean, it's not something that you should be ashamed of.
The sex with her is incredible.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but the difference between winners and losers is winners do things losers do not want to do.
Yeah, but it was in the police report. She had like a foot-long cock.